Hello, I'm Citrus, and thanks to generous supporter of the channel, 1/6 Superman on Instagram, you're looking at the Master Grade RX-78-02 Gundam from Gundam Origin. This kit was released in November 2015 for 4,500 yen. This kit was very well received upon release, and many of you over the years have asked me to review it, so let's see today if this lives up to all the hype. You've probably noticed by now the box is ridiculously oversized, almost half of it is empty on the inside. I can't help but wonder if this was maybe an attempt to justify the slightly higher than average box price, at least for the time, and just to give the kit a bit more shelf presence. The manual is surprisingly thin for a 4,500 yen kit. No dry transfer decals are included this time, only foil stickers and clear back stickers. Most of the plates are completely new for this kit, but it does recycle some parts from older releases. For example, the arms reuse the eye plate from the Gundam version 2.0, and the beam sabers and manipulators are of course all runners we have seen before. And here's a size comparison with all the other 1/100 scale RX-78s that I have right now, the metal composite Verka and the metal composite Origin. The finished kit feels pretty solid in hand, but it is a little light because the chest is hollow for the LED gimmick. The normal release of this kit does not include any LEDs, but there was a special edition released for 5,600 yen that includes both a yellow LED and a purple LED so that you can choose to light the eyes in different colors, along with a yellow V-fin. To get into the chest, you'll want to remove the backpack and the head, turn on the LED unit, and then put it all back together. The eyes are very bright, but the light piping for the cameras on the front and back of the head aren't quite connected to the eyes, so they don't really light up. There's no light leak from the neck or any other parts of the face, which is really nice, but unfortunately the upper neck joint is kind of useless as a result. The head is basically only on one joint, which isn't very expressive. If the head is stuck while trying to remove the LED, turn the whole thing upside down, give it a gentle shake, and then try removing it again. Despite the inclusion of polycaps with this kit, most of the joints are KPS, and if the model is cold, moving them around is a little scary. And you can see that because the kit is still fresh, there's a lot of creaking sounds as I rotate all of the different joints. The waist has a simple accordion built into it. It is very effective and very sturdy. As you can hopefully see from my movements, there is a tremendous amount of range to either side and back and forth. The lower portion of the waist is elongated as well, so that there's minimal exposure of the internal mechanisms while things are moving around. The skirts move out of the way very effectively, especially the front and back skirts, which can drop down like this to move out of the way completely. The hips have a diagonal movement down like this, so you can pull them down like so. Be mindful that the axis of rotation is in this way, so that you don't move the leg in any other direction and break the joint. Ankle joints have a very wide range of motion as well, off to the sides. But there's only one ball joint up here, which means that the motion forwards and back is not enormous. You can also see the segment in the front and the back of the foot. The joint itself is attached to the middle portion of the foot, so this is really just for looks more than anything else. The arms and legs are pretty standard. The chest side shoulder joint is basically the same design as it was on the 3.0. The elbows have a 180-degree bend, have the usual delicate, very fragile but very expressive MP1 manipulators, and the knees have a 180-degree bend as normal also. Not a huge fan of how far out the kneecap comes out. Just looks a little bit awkward with just like how much space there is here. And I also don't like the idea of having such a narrow piece of the body just sticking out this far where lots of things can easily catch on it. For accessories, we'll start with the body weapon effect parts. So you get one for the machine guns, I guess, on the wrist, the missiles on the chest, and also the chest Vulcans. They do look a little bit blobby in their normal yellow color, but it's a pretty cool toyetic inclusion that adds a lot of display options. And all the accessories use the same kind of square mounting peg, and there are attachment points all over the body, like on the back of the arms, back of the waist, and one that you can reveal on the backpack. The shield also includes two of these connections on the back, so you can put the rifles or bazooka back there. So as an RX-78 kit, we have to consider it in the context of all of the other ones that have come before it. The inclusion of all the accessories and all the effect parts is a huge plus, but it is easily the least interesting build of all of the modern master grade RX-78s since the 1 Year War version. The finished kit looks great on the outside, but it's kind of hideous on the inside. And the lack of dry transfer decals also kind of sucks. But the biggest reason why I put off reviewing this kit for so long is that it's not the definitive version of the Origin Gundam for me. Simply put, too many of the Origin design features are missing from this kit. If we compare this with the metal composite, you'll see that the core pod, knee thrusters, and armor options have all been omitted. All these problems aside though, I do have to agree with other reviewers that this is a fantastic kit for beginners. It feels very similar to the 1 Year War version, which also is missing a core fighter, but poses well and feels solid. On the other hand, for those seeking more detail, the 2.0 and 3.0 are much more satisfying for the same price. At the end of the day, The Master Grade Gundam Origin is a pretty simple trade-off between complexity and playability. Design accuracy aside, I'd say this kit is a perfect release if the price had just been a little bit lower. But as it is, it's not a bad buy, and if you ever see this on sale, it's a fantastic value. That's all for this review. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.